Ichigo's final Getsuga Tensho was meant to end Aizen's reign once and for all. In this timeline, Mugetsu fails to completely destroy him. Aizen survives, fully stabilized by the Hogyoku, while Ichigo collapses completely powerless. With his greatest obstacle gone, Aizen's path to the Soul Palace becomes unstoppable. The entire structure of Soul Society, the human world, and Hueco Mundo is about to change forever. Mugetsu lands, but the Hogyoku absorbs the energy, instead of Aizen being erased. Ichigo collapses, exhausted. His body and spirit are completely drained. He cannot get up. No captains are present at this stage. Aizen slowly rises, stabilized by the Hogyoku. His body regenerates faster than Ichigo can destroy it. He is no longer just the manipulative captain once contained by Soul Society. He has evolved beyond normal limits. His regeneration is complete, his intellect intact, and his ambition sharper than ever. The psychological impact is immediate. Ichigo's failure signals to the world that Aizen is untouchable. The Hogyoku has elevated him to a level no one can oppose alone. Fear and disbelief ripple through any observers, marking a pivotal turning point. Aizen is now the uncontested apex of power. With Ichigo defeated, Karakura lies in ruins. Streets are destroyed, civilians are scattered, and hollow outbreaks accelerate because Aizen's manipulation of spiritual energy goes unchecked. The surviving allies Urahara, Yoruichi, Tessai recognize that any confrontation is suicidal. Aizen cannot be stopped through conventional means. Aizen, fully stabilized by the Hogyoku, no longer undergoes the uncontrolled physical mutations that plagued him before. He regains composure instantly and turns his focus toward the Soul Palace. Unlike other villains, Aizen's goal is not chaos for its own sake. It is ascension, ultimate understanding, and dominion over all existence. Even minor characters feel the shift. Arrancar, Quincy's, and even some hollow factions sense a profound change in spiritual energy. A new apex predator has arrived, one who can reshape the balance of all worlds. The Zero Division, elite protectors of the Soul King, confront Aizen immediately. Etsunamaya wields his creation blades with unmatched precision. Senjumaru Shutara controls threads that manipulate reality. Kiryu Hikifune attacks with life-altering techniques. But none of this halts Aizen. Kyoka Suigetsu now comes into play as he approaches the Soul Palace. Every strike misses or arrives too late. Ichibei Hyosube, the only one capable of nullifying essences, attempts to erase Aizen's identity. The Hogyoku adapts instantly, redefining him and maintaining his form. The battle is grueling. The Zero Division fights with every ounce of skill, strategy, and power. But Aizen's intelligence, manipulation of perception, and near-godlike Hogyoku-enhanced abilities allow him to systematically overcome them. One by one, the Guardians fall. The Soul Palace itself becomes Aizen's domain. This isn't a simple victory. It is a demonstration of Aizen's philosophy. Strength, intellect, and the rejection of weakness are absolute. Every action of the Zero Division only reinforces his belief that even the so-called protectors of reality are fallible. Reaching the Soul King reveals the truth. He is not a god, but a prisoner. A linchpin whose existence maintains the balance of all realms. Aizen sees clearly that the figure worshipped by generations of Shinigami is weak, passive, and powerless. Where others would see divinity, Aizen sees nothing but limitation. This realization validates everything he has ever believed. The gods above are illusions, the structures of power are flawed, and only those who take destiny into their own hands can achieve true control. Using the Hogyoku, Aizen merges with the Soul King. He does not destroy the balance arbitrarily. Instead, he absorbs it, becoming the linchpin of reality itself. The human world, Hueco Mundo, and Soul Society now orbit around him, sustained by his will and the Hogyoku's power. With the Soul King integrated into him, Aizen is no longer simply a conqueror. He is the foundation of existence. Hollows evolve rapidly. Humans awaken spiritual abilities spontaneously. The flow of souls becomes unpredictable. This is a new era. Aizen's rule is absolute, not because of fear alone, but because reality itself depends on him. Any attack against him risks destabilizing the worlds he now maintains. Even the strongest Shinigami understand that conventional resistance is futile. Despite his dominance, a resistance forms. Urahara, Yoruichi, and surviving captains gather what remains of the Gotei 13. Arrancar like Haribal and Nelial join reluctantly, understanding the existential threat. However, their efforts are consistently undermined. Kyoka Suigetsu's illusions, combined with Aizen's strategic genius, prevent coordinated attacks. Every engagement delays him slightly, but cannot stop the inevitable. Their resistance becomes symbolic, a testament to loyalty and bravery rather than effective opposition. The Shinigami face the stark reality. Aizen is not simply a foe. He is the axis upon which their world now turns. The 1,000-year blood war begins with Yhwach awakening. His goal is to absorb the Soul King's power, but Aizen already occupies that role. Yhwach faces a being capable of bending perception, stabilizing reality through the Hogyoku, and adapting beyond mortal limits. The clash between Aizen and Yhwach escalates to a level unseen in canon. The Almighty allows Yhwach to view countless futures, but Aizen's illusions distort them, forcing even the Quincy Emperor to question the validity of his visions. Reality itself becomes the battlefield, with both combatants testing the boundaries of control and destiny. The outcome is uncertain. Aizen's mastery of perception, combined with the raw power of the Soul King, creates a stalemate where traditional concepts of victory and defeat no longer apply. Aizen stands at the heart of all existence, the fused power of the Hogyoku and the Soul King coursing through him. Worlds orbit around his will, yet even in this infinite power, there is clarity, a vision of perfection only he can perceive. Hollows evolve at a terrifying rate. Humans awaken latent abilities, yet every new surge of power bends subtly to his design. Soul Society is no longer a fortress. It is a component of his empire, its captains and soldiers surviving only by his allowance. Even Yhwach, the Quincy Emperor, who could glimpse all futures, finds himself uncertain. Time and space ripple with Aizen's control. Every potential path bends, every outcome shaped by his perception and strategy. The very concept of resistance has become meaningless. And yet, in this vast dominion, Aizen does not revel in tyranny for its own sake. His conquest is an art, a demonstration of intellect, foresight, and absolute comprehension. He is the axis upon which life, death, and reality itself now turn. The universe, fragile and chaotic, has a new anchor. Aizen is no longer a man, nor merely a god. He is the immutable center, the final arbiter of existence, and nothing, no force, will ever challenge him again. Just as Aizen, the immutable center of reality, surveys his new dominion, a faint disturbance ripples through the fabric of existence. In the ruined remains of Karakura town, Ichigo lies motionless, his powers seemingly gone. But deep within, a tiny flicker of energy pulses a fragment of the final Getsuga Tensho that did not fully dissipate. Mugetsu had been absorbed by the Hogyoku, yes, but the act itself left an imprint. Ichigo's body begins to resonate with that residual energy. Slowly, faintly, his spirit starts to rise, stronger, sharper, and more focused than before. Aizen senses it, a disturbance, a potential threat buried within the human boy who should be powerless. The world holds its breath, because even in the shadow of absolute power, the story is not over. A spark has been lit, and in the heart of the boy who lost everything, something is awakening.